Alright, time for these artifact type machines. I don't know what they are, just giant weapons, I guess. It's so funny to see something like that, like just a big sword like that, just be called a scout. That one looks like a giant coral shell. It's a giant tree. The Colossal Mechanical Conch. Oh, I was right. On this planet, there grew a great tree. They all called the notorious sacred tree. Oh yeah, this is part of the Necros and all that, isn't it? That's right. Like the monarchs as well. Life is born from the magnificent tree, and in death, all return to it. This cycle of life, which could be called reincarnation, has been carried out on this planet for eternity. There came a time, however, when a war was waged over the notorious sacred tree, this sacred source of life. However, the Shadal forces relentlessly attacked the sacred tree as if on a mission. In the face of this threat, the protectors of the sacred tree rose and fought back against the Shadal's evil swarm? I would have never guessed. I thought the evil swarm were part of the Shadals. And also, I thought the evil swarm weren't even part of this story. I thought they were part of something else. Interesting. The battle reached a fever pitch with the fate of the entire world riding on it. The A forces created a protective barrier for the sacred tree, and cooperating with the forces that were already in battle, they seemed to succeed in pushing back the Shadal threat. However, disaster struck when somehow someone managed to destroy the barrier. El Shadal Winda and pushed her way through to the sacred tree. Dude, the Shadals are like probably one of the more like fearsome enemies throughout all the lore, I'm assuming, to be honest, because they just keep taking over stuff and making copies or whatever the hell they're doing. With her divine power, she broke the seal of the sacred tree, and the great tree tore itself from earth and began to rise up towards the sky. Oh, so the great tree they were protecting was actually these giant mechanism weapons, I guess. Hidden within its roots, underneath was an enormous life source. Dude, how scary would that be if, like, you were climbing a tree and then at just one point it just started floating in the air? Turns out it was a giant weapon. The system was the very crux of the planet's life source. As if returning to the system, the cores it had once lost began to float toward it and were then sucked inside. Using the recovered cores as their source of power, the Qliphort's weapons hidden within the system began to activate. As Qliphort sprang to life, they flew out in the distance and all across the land. Only time would tell what the Qliphorts were after. Yeah, that's true. Interesting. That's very cool. Alright, this is another one that's like very high levels and just like, it's a pendulum deck. Not much to really say about pendulum decks. They play similar, but they also play their own way. It's hard to fully grasp. Take advantage of pendulum summoning to bring out the 3 tributes that you need for Qliphort Towers in an instant. This deck is powered because it has strong protection that lets your monsters stay unaffected by effects from monsters with lower levels and ranks, and the ability to summon high-level pendulum monsters without tributes. That's actually pretty cool. I forgot about that part. Okay. So, essentially, I'm going to use 2. Probably this one's going on the left and this one's going on the right. I'm assuming that's what I used to do. Activate the Qliphort Scout and Monolith. Hey, what do you know? Alright. Monolith and Scout. And then they're going to be Pendulum Summon 3 monsters. Sure thing. Okay, and that one, and that one. What do they actually do? Okay. They lose. Oh wait, they lose their levels as they. Okay. Without tributing, if this card is normal summoned without tributing or is special summoned, its level becomes 4 and its original attack becomes 15,000. If this card is normal, it is unaffected by activated effects from. Oh, that's right. That's why I like this deck, because it kind of combined both tribute summoning and pendulum. That's right. I remember. Your Senju is my favorite, but still. This is like my second favorite pendulum deck, probably. Normal summon by tributing a Qli monster, it can make a second attack. Interesting. Then this one is. This card is normal. When this card is tribute summoned by tributing a Qli monster, you can special summon 2 Qli monsters from your deck, but destroy them during the. Okay, and then yeah, you would use them as tribute. Tribute summon by. You can target 1 card on the field, return it to the hand. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to it. Okay, that's cool. And then for this one. Activate the effects of Qliphort. The potent effects forces your opponent to send 1 monster from their hand to the field. Okay, we'll see. I read that wrong probably. Attack your opponent's life directly. Oh, really? Didn't see that coming. So shocked. That's all it does? It just bounces 1? I look at it and I'm like, looks like it does way more. It's way stronger than everything. Why is it only bounce 1? I don't know. Wait. Do I actually get this deck? Please tell me. Oh man, I have to actually build the deck. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, very nice. Alright, so what I will do is, since it can make a second attack and it does piercing. Very nice. This deck is hard to play. I forgot. Both do a duo against. It's like stupid. It's not a very good deck. I wish it was. Oh, alright. Because it is a fun deck. I do like it. It's just hard because you need a lot of cards. You need essentially, let's see, the 2 for the pendulum, and then like for that big guy, you need 3 more. So you need 5 cards just for 1 card. That's so stupid. And the other ones, it would be just 4 cards for 1 card. Like, seriously, that's a lot of commitment. When the Yugioh sacred tree was uprooted, the Qliphorts were activated. These machines were a group of autonomous mobile weapons created to maintain equilibrium within the life system of the planet. When the Qliphorts sense an abnormality in the life system, they will mobilize to eliminate whatever it is. This time, what they sensed was the Shadal as a threat to be removed. The Shadal forces were battered relentless and brought to the brink of destruction by the Qliphorts. However, things took a sudden turn for the worse when they attempted to restrain and absorb El Shadal Window. The divine power within her ended up freeing the vanguard of destruction that were vanguards of destruction that were slumbering within the Qliphorts, sealed until that moment. Contact with El Shadal Window also affected the Qliphorts. Her power, a force equal to that of God itself, is never meant to exist. Damn, Winda is so strong. She's destroying everything. What's her problem? Once the Qliphorts sensed that, they realized that there was a fatal error in this life system. They decided to eradicate all life on planet in order to purify it, essentially resetting it. Will life prevail, or is the world destined to? This will come one ending battle. You surely come to know the fate of this battle. Our planet in another story. Sure. That's pretty ridiculous. The freaking tree just decided, you know what, just blow it up. Just blow it up. That's ridiculous. Oh, So, alrighty. Can't wait to actually see this one. This one I've seen tons of stories on where people would talk about it. But let's see what Konami says the story is. Hopefully it's the same as what they put because I like that story. It's really good. It's a very nice story. Anyways, thanks for watching and have a nice day.